Greetings and welcome to another edition of the Fan Perspective. It is Sunday, January 6th, and it is Playoff Sunday, Wildcard Sunday. And first, at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, you will have Indianapolis at Baltimore. And that is going to be a fun and exciting one to watch, hopefully. Ray Lewis has announced his retirement, and honestly, I would love to see Baltimore get another ring just because, I love Ray Lewis so much. He is my favorite player in the entire NFL. I think I'd put him second all time behind Emmitt Smith. And he's definitely the best defensive player I've ever had the pleasure of watching. And at the same time, though, you've also got Andrew Luck for the Colts, who, the future of the NFL is here. 10 years from now, we're gonna be people are gonna be talking about him like they talk about Tom Brady. I mean, Luck, RG3, Russell Wilson, those guys have came in. They've made an immediate impact for their teams. I expect them to all have great careers. And for Luck, I think it's gonna start much sooner than later, because Baltimore, they're at home and they're a pretty good home team. And they've always been a scary good team. They done well enough in the playoffs last season. They almost got to the Super Bowl. A missed field goal was the only thing keeping them from it. But I think that, they started off this season very well, but the second half they were about average, and they kind of hobbled into the playoffs. I mean, their starting cornerback, Ladarius Webb, goes down, and in a passing league like this, that hurts a team so much. I mean, Terrell Suggs got injured in offseason, and even though he came back, he was never really 100%. And losing Ray Lewis, I mean, as a playmaker, he wasn't really one of the best playmakers, but he was one of the best leaders on the team. He's a sure tackler. I mean, having that guy in there gets you fired up. He makes you play better. Just being out there on the floor. He's got such an intimidating presence. And they were hurting. I mean, you can tell after that, they just want the same team. And even now, I mean, Haloti Ngata's been playing injured all season. Ed Reed's been playing injured all season. And Joe Flacco, I mean, he said he took the challenge to make the offense the focus of the team. And that honestly has not happened, not on a regular basis. I mean, the offense does not scare me at all. Joe Flacco does not scare me at all. And honestly, yesterday I said that the Vikings had the worst quarterback in the playoffs right now. And unfortunately, in my opinion, the Ravens have the second worst player in the playoffs right now. Actually, no. Now that the Vikings lost, I think that Flacco is the worst quarterback in the playoffs right now. I mean, Ray Rice is a beast. He's an amazing guy. He can make some plays for them. But I think the Colts, they're playing much better football right now, and I feel like taking them for the upset. At the same time, though, to be honest, this game really doesn't matter. Whoever wins this game is going to go into Denver next week and get their ass kicked. I mean, that's just how it is. So, yeah, I'll take the Colts to win this one. I just don't trust Baltimore right now. I mean, they are so banged up. I mean, Anquan Bolden probable with a shoulder injury. Vontae Lease, probable with knee and ankle. Ray Lewis, probable with the tricep. Haloti Ngata, probable with the knee. Bernard Pierce, probable with the ankle. Bernard Pollard, questionable with the chest. Ed Reed, probable with his shoulder. Torrey Smith, probable with the knee. Terrell Suggs, probable with that bicep. Marshall Yanda, probable with the shoulder and knee problems. I mean, they're very banged up and they're very inconsistent, and I don't trust them right now. So I'm going to take Andrew Luck and the Colts to go into Baltimore and steal the playoff win. And in the second game, we have the much anticipated matchup, Seattle versus Washington. And do not get caught up in the whole Russell Wilson versus RG3. I mean, these are two great quarterbacks. Both of them are candidates for Offensive Rookie of the Year. but they will never be on the field together. It's not RG3 versus Russell Wilson. It's RG3 versus the Seattle defense, Russell Wilson versus the Washington defense. And they're both good teams. They both got great defenses. Let me throw a few stats at you, though. Seattle, number 1 defense in points allowed, but number 10 rushing defense, whereas Washington is the number 5 rushing defense. And Seattle has the number 3 rushing offense in the league. Washington, number 1. One of the things that RG3 brings is his capability of running, but with that knee, he's been hobbled. He hasn't been able to take off with it a little bit, and the threat of the run actually expands the passing game a little bit. But at the same time, he's still a pretty decent QB, even if he can't leave the pocket. And there's a chance he'll be coming out without the brace this week. I won't say it for sure, but there is the possibility. And either way, though, I think he's still a pretty decent passer. To be honest with you, though, here's how it breaks down. On the season, they've had basically the same passing numbers. 393 attempts. They both have. RG3 has 3,200 yards. Wilson has 3,100 yards. Wilson's got 26 touchdowns to RG3's 20, but Wilson also has 10 interceptions to RG3's 5. He has 13 turnovers total on the season, and RG3 only has 7. And so half as many turnovers. And so I had to kind of give the advantage to RG3 and that Washington offense. Marshawn Lynch is a beast. I remember what he did last time he was in the playoffs against the Saints. But Alfred Morris has had a huge season as well on the ground. And I just think that they both are fantastic teams. And honestly, whoever wins this game has a great shot of getting to the Super Bowl. If Seattle wins, I will not be surprised in any way. I just expect this to be a great game, and whoever wins this is, these two teams are honestly 2 of the best in the league right now, 2 of the hottest. Seattle has a 5-game winning streak, but Washington's got a 7-game winning streak. They both play well, but Washington plays with more explosiveness, and I just feel more comfortable picking them to win. So that's it for today. Tune in tomorrow for reflections from Wildcard Weekend. Tune in later today when I talk about Defensive Player of the Year. And tune in Tuesday for another edition of NBA Weekly. And until then, I'm your host, Nathan Lau. This has been the Fan Perspective. Happy Sunday. Happy playoffs.